Have you ever felt too small for the challenge in front of you? Too young, too inexperienced, too ordinary? Like the problem was bigger than your strength, louder than your voice, and heavier than your courage. That was exactly how an entire nation felt that day. The sun rose over the valley of Elah, but it brought no hope. The air was thick, quiet, and heavy with tension. On one side stood the army of Israel, men trained for war, armed and ready. On the other, the Philistines, confident, loud, and unafraid. And in between them stood fear itself. Every morning, the earth trembled as a giant stepped forward. His name was Goliath. He was massive. His armor gleamed like iron, and when he spoke, his voice rolled across the valley like thunder. "Send me a man to fight me." But no one moved. Israel's strongest warriors stood frozen, not because they lacked weapons, but because fear had already defeated them. Day after day, the giant mocked them. Day after day, fear grew stronger. Far from the battlefield, a young shepherd named David was watching sheep. No armor, no rank, no reputation, just a sling, a staff, and a heart that trusted God. One morning, his father asked him to take food to his brothers at the camp. David obeyed, never knowing he was walking straight into his destiny. When he arrived, he heard the shouting and felt the tension, and then he heard the giant. David looked around, confused. "Who is this man?" he asked. "Why is no one doing anything?" The soldiers stared at him. Some laughed, some shook their heads. "This is war," they said. "You wouldn't understand." But David did understand, not because he had been to war, but because he knew God. He remembered lonely nights in the fields when a lion came for his sheep, and God gave him strength. He remembered when a bear attacked, and God delivered him. Those moments mattered because courage doesn't begin on a battlefield. It begins in hidden places, where no one is watching but God. Word reached King Saul, and David was brought before him. The king sighed, "You are too young." He has been a warrior since his youth. David didn't argue. He simply said, "The same God who saved me from the lion and the bear will save me from this giant." Saul placed his own armor on David, but it felt wrong, too heavy. David took it off. He chose what he knew was sling, 5 smooth stones, and his faith. As David stepped into the valley, Goliath laughed. "Am I a dog?" the giant roared, "that you come at me with sticks?" But David wasn't looking at the giant's size. He was remembering God's faithfulness. "You come to me with sword and spear," David said, "but I come to you in the name of the Lord." And then, something unexpected happened. David ran. Not away from the giant, but toward him. One stone, one swing, one moment. The giant fell. That day, Israel learned that courage does not come from size. It comes from trust. You may never face a giant with a spear, but you face fear, doubt, and pressure. Remember this: God uses small beginnings to defeat big fears. The quiet victories matter. The same God who helped you yesterday will help you today. The courage you're looking for may already be inside you.